We want to welcome to Calabash TV Colin Weekes, a good friend of ours who's a media colleague as well. We're all in the we're all in this together, Colin.
A long time.
Yes, it's been quite a while. Certainly good to have you here.
Yeah, thank you.
I know you're always keeping yourself busy. There's always something going on. There's never a moment of ease for you.
Well, in the industry, you have to be relevant as much as possible, and that's what you try to do. You try to be, you try to make yourself available and always ready to get on to the next project. And that's basically it. It's unlike other industries or other professions where it's a little monotonous, where you could do the same thing in and out. If you're a creative person and you do the same thing in and out, you're gonna be left on the sideline very quickly.
That's right. Okay, so we have to talk about quite a few things. You're representing the Caribbean Youth Film Festival, an initiative you started 8 years ago. And so we'll talk about how that's worked out. And also you have Cut TV, which is your online outlet, showcasing a lot of your stuff. And we were talking a short while ago about the competition that you have, the deadline. So we want to remind persons who are interested, the deadline is, we still have a few more days, well actually a couple of weeks for the deadline. And we must talk a little bit on outdoors because we've been seeing you online. So Colin, talk to us about the, before we get to the film festival, let's just talk about the competition because we want viewers to know that there's a competition on. So who should be interested, and give us some details as to how they can sign up for this.
Okay. Well, we're on our 8th year as the Caribbean Youth Film Festival. And basically this year, since we all tied up with COVID and the activities around COVID. So we decided to dub this year COVID Diaries. We thought it would be an opportunity for people to express themselves, what they went through, because it's a psychological thing also. It's not just an economical thing, but very much so in terms of getting your mind free and be able to express yourself. And film does that. So the idea was to use this year's film festival to produce a film on COVID. And so we came up with COVID Diaries. Again, what it is, we call it diaries because what we would like to do at the end of the day is to rebroadcast all the films and make it almost like an online book, if you want to call it that, where you have different stories in one go. Yeah, so that's basically what we want to do. The film festival is always for young people. So we asking people between the ages of 12 to 28 to participate in this film festival. We have 2 categories. As I said, we're the 12 to 17 and then 18 to 28. So you don't feel, again, intimidated if you're a young person going up against a more senior filmmaker. And we are pleased this year to have Export St Lucia, who came on as part of the festival and one of our sponsors. Also, Fix St Lucia is also a sponsor. And yeah, we're encouraging young people again to come on, go out with a small crew, create a film, go outdoors, tell us what you feel like, whether it be documentary form too. So if you want to interview a couple of people about their experiences through COVID, how they feel, what they're going through, what it's like, so it's just that opportunity to be able to express yourself.
And you don't have to be already involved in filmmaking. Once you have an idea, you have was it a phone or a camera, whatever it is that you have, you can use that. Is that what it is?
Exactly. I mean, nowadays the young people are pretty inept in terms of using the material. What we have done in the past is be able to create workshops, but again, because of COVID this year, we weren't able to do so. But however, through the young filmmakers that we have had in the past and maybe the more experienced ones, that it's an outlet for you to go out there, opportunity for you to do something, that will reach a certain level at the end of the day. So it goes into the competition. We're going to screen it. People will see your work. You could win prizes. You could win awards. So it's an opportunity to do more than that.
So they will send you a finished product by the 31st. It's not just a storyboard or some ideas. You want a finished product.
Yeah, we want a finished product. And the film, again, shouldn't be anything longer than 15 minutes because what we always encourage is short films for 2 reasons. One, for for just the airing purposes. And two, if you try to do a long film, you just extend yourself way too much, and the material, you lose the content there in terms of the quality, the storytelling. So it's better you keep it tight and keep it meaningful. And so we're asking you to go no longer than 15 minutes. So it could be 5 minutes, it could be 4 minutes, but try not to do anything over the 15 minutes.
Okay, so the deadline is the 31st of August, so you have some time to, if you're hearing this for the first time and you have an interest in it, and you think you have some talent in that area, you can certainly participate in this film competition with a COVID theme, as you mentioned.
But we always make ourselves available too, in terms of you could get onto our website, onto our Facebook page and ask questions. If you have challenges in terms of even producing the script, what the directions that you want, I'm always available to answer any questions, to guide you. So we're not just leaving you empty-handed. We want to guide you through that process.
And if, I guess, they want to get an idea of what past submissions have been like, they can go to Cut TV.
Exactly. Most of the material, or maybe all of the material, is up onto our YouTube channel and filters through Cut TV. So you could take a look and see the quality of the past films.
All right, so Colin, you started this 8 years ago, and you've stuck with it. I know it's like everything else in St Lucia. It's always a challenge for capital C. What has been keeping you going? Because I know it's not all rosy and it's not ultra rewarding. So what has been keeping you going for that long?
Oh, what keep me going? What keep me going is I would say just the love for the industry to begin with. That also just my I would say my inner being of wanting to give more and give to the industry. When I see stuff on TV and I know it could be better. In fact, that's one of the reasons the film festival started off for me, because I too wasn't completely happy with the final products I've seen on television. So I always thought that the training was necessary. So it was an avenue also for young people to get an early start into the industry. So it is really for me to give back as much as possible. And on the other hand too is that the film festival has helped young people in terms of social development, because the film industry incorporates a number of skills. So we try to pass those skills on through the workshops and through filmmaking. So whether it be your technical skills, your academic skills, so your writing skills, your just basic creative skills, it could be done through filmmaking. And one of the reasons too that we use the film festival to guide people, to help young people develop their inner creative self and just have more pride and confidence in what they do also.
As a young boy growing up, my imagination flourished day by day, producing creative work faster than I could have written it. Scripts and screenplays ran through my head and out of the mouth of my printer. My imagination danced into a dawn of a new day, every day, until the day I lost my father.
So how are they responding to this initiative?
Oh, the response over the years has been tremendous, honestly. We have young people, and we also have, I would say, challenged youth also who have come to our workshops, and where they maybe when they came in for the first day or two that they're really not interested because this film thing, what am I doing that for, type of thing. But within 2 days or 3 days of the workshop, it's a family.
Sir, how long we have to wait here again? Yeah, we there.
I have had situations in the past where we've worked with the juvenile system, and I could tell you, the young kids, they just want that type of attention, that type of one-on-one reaction, that outlet where they could express themselves. And at the end of the day, that they just don't want to leave. You know, I remember 2 years ago we had a workshop, and we didn't finish the editing within the space of time. So I said, okay, come back, choose one person or two people from the group, because we usually group them, and they could just come in and do the workshop. Everybody came back. Everybody came back because they just didn't want to leave. They just so it was almost like we had an extension of a full week of everybody coming back to the workshop. So it's that type of environment that we would like to create, and we know that's lacking a lot in society. There aren't enough social programs for youth, and so through the film festival we try to create that environment also.
Let's play hide and seek. I'll count and you hide, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wita,
Right behind you.
Blow for $15 going for you. 15? Only 15.
I say, man, that man and his steel thing. $7 and you get it now.
How my thing still? No, but how water can expire? You take it for us, man. No, but if it's stupid, you feel like I'm stupid or something. Because water can expire, of course. Because if water can expire, huh? Because water can expire.
Are you getting the balance in terms of the interest of those who, like you, want to be behind the camera and those who want to be up front, to be, you know, an actor, star?
Yeah, definitely. There is that balance. You get those, again, as you said, you know, who are really interested in the script writing, and we have seen those success stories. Honestly, I mean, one gentleman who comes to mind is Imran Price, where I have worked with him. And we have worked on 2 scripts so far, and 1 full-length feature movie, which hopefully that we will be able to produce soon, and a short film. And again, it's just because his interest is writing. He wants to be a script writer.
I have the goods now. When you going to do the vibe?
We'll see.
I need to know now.
Tell me exactly how you think this is going to happen, Jason.
And then again, as you said, we have those who are very talented in front of the camera, who, you know, who could really just take on the role within a second.
Level up. Man, you try to rob me, man. Me? Rob you? Man, I'm about to get deported because of you. Is that a bad thing, though?
So yeah, there is talent out there, and it's a matter of nurturing it.
Mm-hmm. How much integration is there in terms of the range of skills and talent you need for a film? So you need fashion designers to make, you know, you need musicians, you need set persons to design sets and so on. How much of an integration is it?
Let me tell you, it's the reason why it's called an industry is because everybody is involved, and all aspects of life, I would say, or all aspects of work is involved into this. We need the legal aspect, we need the marketing aspect, we need, as you said, the catering we need the carpenters, we need the electricians, yeah. You know. So it is a full industry. I mean, when we see a movie, and that's why the credits are so long, because everybody is involved in terms of making the sets and doing everything else, as we said, from catering, whatever. You know, if it's a film on special needs in terms of a dog or you know, whatever, you know, animals, that type of thing, that you need trainers, you need vets on board, you know. So it's a wide variety of jobs that could be offered through this one industry that we call the film industry.
Mm-hmm. So in the competitions that you have, do you encourage the participants to incorporate, for example, they can work with a songwriter who can create a theme for it, or work with somebody who can design outfits? Is that encouraged, or they basically left on their own to figure it out? Yeah?
No, definitely that is encouraged. In fact, as part of the workshops, what I try to do is have a variety of people coming in. So we have worked with persons like Lynn Bristol in the past to talk about fashion. We have, you know, the other people like Cantilia Louis, say Dale Elliott, who have come in. So I try to bring in as many professionals as possible who would incorporate a wider spectrum of what the film industry is about, and for them again to understand where they could go with it. So if you're interested in fashion, you know, you get that background. If you're interested in something else, that you get that background. But we do encourage them also to have to participate in all the roles, because what will at the end of the day is that you understand what is needed from each person. So say you're a director, you must understand what the fashion designer has to do in order to get your image out the way that you want it. So you can't just be giving orders that you know that's going over the person's head. You know, you have to be on the same level with the person. So we try to encourage you to be multifaceted in terms of, you know, understanding the rules of everybody.
Me and you, we're going back. Way back. Way back so you can rub me again? Nah, man. Just watch the finger there. You change again, man. You get preparing for this. Yeah, man. What do you mean? Caribbean island in the sun. You have to be prepared, you know. Man, what we doing here?
What can you tell us about the themes that are chosen when they send you submissions? What do you notice about the subjects that they tackle, and what are the issues that they try to deal with in the production? Well,
in the early days...
In this one is COVID related, but in the past, do you notice that? Yeah,
well, what we have done in the past is also, for, I would say, the past 2-3 years, is actually bring on specific topics into the workshops. For example, last year we did the promotion with Marcy, where we spoke about waste collection and that type of environmental issues. Before that, we did something with the human services, where we did on child abuse. So we kind of zeroed it a little bit in the past, just to allow them to be able to concentrate on specific for specific topics. But but we encourage them to go out and do as much as, you know, whatever you feel that you want the story that you want to tell. And we don't want to hold you back in any way. So we want your imagination to fly as much as possible. But I must say that we have gotten on the comedy end a lot, that they try to dwell into that, and also the horror genre. So I guess maybe these are the two more popular type genres that we get from them.
And where you going dress up like that?
My friend's party.
Which friend?
Robin, I told you that like 3 weeks ago.
And you going with makeup on and dressed like that? So, you're a big woman.
Miss Paula, I'm 15 years old. I'm not a little child, okay? Accept that.
When you finish, meet me outside.
Now, you also do a series of, well, you mentioned workshops, but now it's become webinars because of COVID and so on. Can you talk us, you've had a few and there's still a couple more to go. Can you give us an idea of what the focus has been on this year? Yeah,
well, because of, again, this year and COVID and the limitations that comes along with it, what we decided to do was to create a series of webinars. We're lucky also to be able to get more regional and international participation because of what I guess the whole climate has been now, that people understand that that's the route to go. Funny enough, if we said that 2 years ago, that hey, let's do a series of webinars, people will be looking at you like really funny. But you know how we have gravitated so quickly to that. So what we have done is actually gotten professionals from the UK and also from Trinidad to participate in the webinars. we had Carl Schofield, and he's actually a professor at Oxford University and a professor of mine when I went to school in England. So he did on filmmaking in terms of script writing and so forth. We've also now working with Film TT out of Trinidad and Tobago. We've been working with the managing director there, and she's newly appointed there, Leslie Ann Caton. And she has done 2 workshops also. So we're working with the local filmmakers as part of the workshops, and also with the OECS Secretariat. So again, we try to bring a variety of expertise into the workshops and allow, again, a wider range of topics to enter the discussion and how, what we do, what we don't do, and just discuss the film industry and the broadcast industry in general also.
So this is going to continue?
Yeah, this is going to continue until the last Thursday in August. And yeah, so we hope that people tune in. All you have to do is go to Cut TV, where you could register, and we have the information up all the time. So it's just a matter of going there and registering, seeing the times that we're going to be doing this on a Thursday, because it fluctuates a little bit in terms of time, because with the UK time, we couldn't do it too late, or else it would be midnight his time. So we had to do it 2 o'clock Thursday, which was already 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock his time, so we had to be able to create that little balance. So we're asking everybody to, participate, be part of it.
I heard some of your discussion with is Leslie Ann from Trinidad?
Yeah.
All right, when you spoke with the Wave. And you're all bringing some of the issues, the challenges that filmmakers in St Lucia and the Caribbean face as well. Colin, you've been in this for a while. This is the industry that we are in. From somebody who's in the trenches, are you seeing daylight? And especially when you speak with Leslie Ann, I know Trinidad is a little different in terms of the orientation and the government support and so on, but in St Lucia, how optimistic are you?
Unfortunately, I am not at all. My optimism stands in the point of I know that it only has to get better, because it cannot remain where it is. But in terms of support, there is absolutely almost zero support. We have had many discussions over the years. I must say that we started getting closer, and then things turn around again. But hopefully that one day, and again, because of what the industry is and the benefits of the industry, there must be a turnaround point, because there's so much that the industry can do for us, that someday somebody must see the benefits. And I think that people are seeing the benefits, but I think that people also don't understand the industry as much as they should. And that discussion needs to come to another level. But hopefully that on the creative end period, that we understand what is involved in terms of the benefits, in terms of the economic benefits of the industry, that for some reasons it's still being shunned. I mean, we could maybe have a full discussion show on that.
Yes.
But it has been difficult. It has been difficult, and hence one of the reasons too why, as me doing the Caribbean Youth Film Festival, I have gone through a social development angle for this, because if I have to stay on just the creative end, I don't think I would get much traction there. So we have taken it into the social benefits of using filmmaking to develop the social benefits of young people. And I think there is more understanding of what it could do from that end. But in terms of, as an industry, there's a lot of conversation that we need to have. I mean, simple things as to just a film commission. We had conversations in the past with government about a film commission, and that almost went to cabinet, and government changed, and so it went by the wayside again, and we haven't been able to have that conversation again. But as I said, hopefully that we could initiate it again and allow this thing to be fruitful.
Just the conversation that you had with Leslie Ann, what are the possibilities in terms of, because I know we've always talking about some kind of a regional approach to things. What are the possibilities that we can focus on?
Well, exciting enough that Leslie and I started talking a few months ago through Errol Fabian, I must add. And she's a filmmaker to begin with, and not from the administrator, but actual filmmaker. And then she got this job. So it now the conversation is so much better because now she could actually try to implement things. And one of the things that Film TT is really trying to do is to have a partnership with St Lucia. And so we start in that discussion where we could actually try to do more productions together, whether it be crews coming down to St Lucia, allowing something to happen, or on the reverse end. But I think that now we could pool our resources, even for funding. Now we could do a more regional type of pooling of our marketing of whatever that we want to do, that whatever film that we like to produce. And again, COVID has shown us that we want to tell our stories, or rather people want to hear our stories. And I think that will also allow easier conversation with funding agencies that this could happen.
It was a nice day. We went to the park and she offloaded me. And threw me away like I was nothing. Wow, check the bin I was supposed to go in.
All right, so we want to remind persons who are viewing, especially if those young persons between 12 and 28 who want to be part of the competition that's on right now. The deadline is the 31st. And what is it that they need to send to you as their submissions?
Well, again, just send me a MP4 file, sorry, of your product. So you just upload it and email it to us. You could put it on YouTube and then send us the link. So you have options, Vimeo or whatever that you can do. So yeah, you just send us the link.
Okay. And so we encourage as many persons as possible to send it in.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then what happens after it's sent in, the deadline 31st? When do you have? Is there a prize giving, and what's happening after that?
So one of the things that we're trying to do is actually do the prize giving again as an online presentation, and which allow us to get more regional and international participation. So now we're speaking to persons who are in the industry outside, I would say famous people, to actually deliver the prizes and announce the winners. So that's one of the things that we're looking at, to actually do a ceremony of sort online after the competition.
And this is open to young persons from outside of St Lucia as well?
Yes, it's also open to young people out of St Lucia, outside of St Lucia.
Pretty cool. And your next webinar is later in August.
Yeah, it's on
Thursday, you said?
It's next Thursday, and we're going to have the local contingents as part of it. And yeah, we're hoping to have a good discussion as part of the film festival and part of the film industry.
Mama, that's where I reached. I never thought it would end up like this. The water really cold.
Ground zero.
We have just a few minutes, Colin, because I have been checking your social media pages, and I noticed, and we've known you for a while, that you've been a fitness freak. You've been
don't everyone say a freak.
Well,
I just like the outdoors, maybe.
You like the outdoors, and we've seen some pretty interesting. So talk to us about how inspiring is it? Because the last thing I saw that you were in Marquis Estate, there were some pictures I was asking you, they were photoshopped because they look so surreal. But talk to us about the experience of, as filmmaker yourself, being out there, appreciating our natural beauty.
Exactly. As you said, it's just about the eye. It's just what catches your inner self. You know, when I go on a walk and I come back and show the pictures, and people who were on the walk, say, "Is that the same place I was?" You know, so it's just about keeping your eyes open for the shot. And that's what I tend to do. I just have fun with it. It's, for the weekend thing, it's just to let my hair down. Well, I don't really have much hair to let down.
All of it down.
I let your hair down. I let it down, and it got loose somewhere. It never came back. Yeah, but for me, it's all about the fun. It's all about enjoying outdoors. I've always been into sports myself. So it is a way of just keeping fit and, you know, relaxing at the end of the day of this hectic thing we call life, and enjoying having that balance.
And talking about either your hair standing or letting your hair down, you came almost face to face with a boa.
Yes, we were, I would say maybe about 4 feet away from the thing. You know, there were about 3 people sitting on a log, and one of the guys were like, there's a snake over your head. So everybody thought it was just joking because, you know, on those walks, you know, you make jokes all the time. So everybody, and then he said it like 3 times really seriously. So everybody turned around and was like, okay, there's a bull right in the tree, just relaxing, watching.
Enjoyed the conversation.
Yeah, enjoyed the conversation. It never moved, never moved. It just was at the same spot. It didn't budge, it didn't wiggle, nothing. It just stayed right there. But it was quite exciting again to see this outdoor thing live.
Wow, that's pretty hair-raising. All right. Colin, we appreciate the time that you've given us to discuss the Cut TV, the Caribbean Youth Film Festival, on your ongoing webinars and so on. So we'd certainly like to wish you all the best.
Thank you.
In this, and we look forward to certainly getting to see what this year's submissions are like once you've gone through the judging process and you've released that, and also wish you all the best with the seminars. And also, we will certainly have an ongoing conversation on the development of the film industry in St Lucia.
Yes,
I know we've been at it for a long time,
yes,
but...
yes. I mean, we have to see the benefits. I mean, again, we definitely don't have enough time, but we could speak film tourism, we could just speak about the number of jobs the marketing value of this, and, you know, there's so much to be benefited from this industry.
Good. So that's Colin Weekes, who initiated the Caribbean Youth Film Festival 8 years ago, and is still going strong, and we encourage young persons to participate, to be part of it, and we want to encourage the integration as well, even if you're not into film, but you can produce music for a film. So you can partner with somebody who has the skills, and then you can design outfits for your actors and so on. So we want it to be a makeup artist get involved.
Exactly.
You can build a shack for somebody to film in and so on. So like you said, it's a truly comprehensive and all-encompassing kind of sector. So Colin, we would like to encourage you to continue doing what you're doing.
Thank
and
you.
look forward to having a further conversation with you, probably pretty soon, because once we get those submissions in, we'll want to know what they are.
Exactly, and what they look like.
What they look like. But in the meantime, you can go to Cut TV on YouTube to get an idea of the work that's been put out for the past 8 years. And you can probably see as well this year's submissions once they are posted as well. Colin, thanks a lot and all the best.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, so we were speaking with Colin Weekes of the Caribbean Youth Film Festival, and also who initiated Cut TV on YouTube, where most of the work that's produced by young persons from St Lucia can be viewed. If you get a chance, go there, like the page, subscribe, and spread the word. Thank you for joining us.